Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today was last day, last lap of campaigning across three states, including Maharashtra and Jharkhand, and the gladiators from both camps have been sharpening their swords with poison. Who will land the final blow and who will slay their nemesis? We will have the answers on the 23rd of November. But today, after Dar and Dhamki, it is literally zehar being spewed from the Mohabbat ki tijori. Sample this. Rahul Gandhi today dramatically opened a safe which had Prime Minister's "Ek hai, safe hai" written on it. From inside, he pulled out a picture of Prime Minister Modi with industrialist Gautam Adani, saying that the Prime Minister is ek with industrialists. Then entered Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge with his quiver full of zehar. He gave a war cry that BJP and RSS should be crushed like venomous snakes. Akhilesh's lieutenant added that BJP's hate politics is like a poisonous black mamba. The next arrow came from Congress's Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy, who declared that Congress will bring Muslim quota into Maharashtra. The final Zehreela strike came from Uddhav Thackeray, who warned the BJP, if you don't leave batenge katenge, to hum aapko kaatenge. So you see, it's a full circle. How the gloves are off in the last lap. The BJP then stepped into the arena and trained their guns, not just on Rahul Gandhi in a fierce poster war. They said, Chota Popat karega Congress ko chaupat. Watch this poisonous war of words between Rahul Gandhi and the BJP.
वो क्या था? What was the नारा that Modi ji gave? क्या है? एक है तो सेफ है. ये देखिए, एक है तो सेफ है. देख लीजिए, ये एक लाख करोड़ रुपए का धंधा चल रहा है. ये आप देखिए, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी और अदानी जी एक साथ खड़े हैं. एक है तो सेफ है, और ये लक्ष्य है.
लेकिन तुम जब बोलते हो एक है तो सेफ है, तो तुम्हारे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में अगाड़ी के साथी भी नहीं होते. तुम एक ही होते हो, और एक होते हो तो ही सेफ होते हो. इस बात को समझ लेना चाहिए.
मतलब मुर्गी अंडे देती है, इसमें कोई दो मत नहीं है, और राहुल गांधी मीम देते हैं. बाला साहेब ठाकरे ने जब राहुल गांधी के विषय में पूछा गया, तो बाला साहेब ठाकरे झुंझला गए. उन्होंने कहा, अरे वो छोटा पोपट के बारे में मत पूछो, छोटा पोपट है, वो पोपट है. छोटा पोपट करे कांग्रेस चौपट.
And here's another poisonous arrow of appeasement by the India Alliance. Watch this picture on your screens. This is actor and the crusader of the left ecosystem, Swara Bhaskar, with her husband, Fahad Ahmed, who is contesting on an Aghadi ticket. The man in the middle is Maulana Sajjad Nomani, the man who gave a call to socially boycott those Muslims who back Modi and the BJP. And today Swara and Fahad were seen taking his support to win votes in this election. No surprise then that the Congress has vowed Muslim quota and calls to crush the BJP like a poisonous black mamba snake. Watch how the India Alliance has today warned the BJP, hum aapko kaatenge.
बीजेपी और आरएसएस ये तो जहर के जैसा है, तो इसलिए जहरीले सांप को मार देना चाहिए.
ब्लैक मामा एक प्रजाति का सांप पाया जाता है जो जहरीले सांपों में भी सबसे ज्यादा जहरीला होता है. तुलना उनको इससे करनी चाहिए थी. तब शायद मेरे ख्याल से इस देश और दुनिया को बेहतर समझ में आता कि आरएसएस और बीजेपी कितने जहरीले हैं.
कि तुमचं बटेंगे फटेंगे सोडा, पण मुंबईवरती घाला घातलात तर हम आपको काटेंगे, जरूर काटेंगे.
सरकार बनने के बाद विधानसभा में हम चर्चा करेंगे. क्या तेलंगाना में तो 4% लागू है, आपको पता है?
Well, so let's take a look at the truth behind the venomous rhetoric of the Congress. Is Rahul Gandhi right in his criticism of Prime Minister Modi, accusing him of crony capitalism and being friends with industrialists, while he said that Prime Minister Modi is ek with industrialist Adani? This is what he possibly forgot or overlooked. In Rajasthan, under the Congress's Gehlot Sarkar, MOUs worth 1.68 lakh crores were signed with Adani in 2022. Rupees 65,000 crores of investment was also planned with the then Chief Minister in Ashok Gehlot. In Congress-run Telangana, 4 MOUs were signed with the Adani Group to the tune of 12,400 crores. Conveniently, Rahul Gandhi forgot this today as the poisonous rhetoric spewed. Not just that, just last month, Telangana Chief Minister took a 100 crore grant for skilling in Telangana. All of those pictures forgotten but reminded by the BJP tonight. But the legitimate question, and ladies and gentlemen, it's the Motorola legitimate question that we're asking on the News Hour tonight. Who's spewing Zehar ki Rajniti? That's the question and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight is Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate in the Supreme Court. Also joining the debate tonight is Vivek Srivastava, political analyst, Vivek Silas, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. But my first question goes to Sanjay Jha. And Sanjay Jha, my question to you is, Rahul Gandhi takes on his role as critic of Modi very seriously during elections at least. And he suddenly remembers Mr. Adani again during elections. And he forgets in between milestones that have happened. I want to ask you, Sanjay Jha, and you're somebody who lives in Mumbai, who believes in market economy, who believes, that investment from private enterprises, corporate India, is something that will create jobs, takes India forward. So when he pulls out a picture of Mr. Modi with Mr. Adani, do you think somewhere he has forgotten the fact that Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy, Ashok Gehlot, Robert Vadra's pictures were also picked out from the past and put out? Has he forgotten in all Congress rule states also, these investments come in?
Navika, good evening to you and to my fellow panelists. Let us recognize the one truth, Navika, that the BJP over the last 10 years has reduced itself to a public relations and a legal counsel for Mr. Adani's group of companies. And this coming from the ruling party is a mammoth embarrassment. I'll give you 2 incidents that have recently been exposed during the Maharashtra elections. Ajit Pawar, a very crucial member of the Mahayuti, said 2 things. Number 1, he said, I don't want Narendra Modi to campaign in any NCP constituency, definitely not his own, because he says it's going to be very embarrassing. I don't agree with their batenge, katenge, ek hai to safe hai rhetoric, which is blatantly polarizing, basically telling that the UP model will not work in a developed and enlightened Maharashtra that is the most prosperous state in our country and not a fertile ground for communal hate. And by the way, it's not just Mr. Ajit Pawar. Pankaja Munde of the BJP, Ashok Chavan of the BJP said this is a terrible statement to make during the time of the campaign. Let's come to Mr. Adani. I think Rahul Gandhi has actually done a brilliant job today. I mean, this is what politics should be, using humor to convey a message. Let's look at the reality. Ajit Pawar, Navika, goes on record, and you are a veteran journalist from the Indian Express days and before. Can you imagine Ajit Pawar said so to a digital platform that when there was a conspiracy to topple the MVA government along with Amit Shah and Devendra Fadnavis, guess who was sitting in that conversation? Gautam Adani. I mean, I can understand a love for Mr. Adani in business,
Yes,
but to
I'm a
involve him in a
veteran,
political
and
conspiracy, that's a
I
serious
am a veteran journalist, and therefore I also note the other attendees of that meeting included Sharad Pawar, part of the Mahavikas
I
Aghadi.
was about to tell you that.
Or is his name not familiar with Rahul Gandhi when he makes a charge at Prime Minister Modi, Sanjay Jha?
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked me. I was about to come to Mr. Pawar's statement. Mr. Pawar was asked the same question by the same digital platform. And he said the BJP tried to offer us a deal, the washing machine deal, that, all accusations against NCP leaders, whether fake or fabricated or real, will be washed away if they have an alliance with the BJP. Mr. Pawar said, I knew this was going to be a big fictitious spin, but I wanted to hear it for myself. But guess what Mr. Sharad Pawar said? He said, forget that Mr. Adani was in the meeting. Mr. Adani was the host of the meeting. Gautam Adani, India's richest man till 2 years ago, was hosting a meeting of BJP politicians who wanted to dismantle the Mahavikas Aghadi government in Mumbai, Maharashtra. I mean, if this is not a political party that has sold its soul, its conscience to a businessman, I don't think anything else can shame the people who have voted for the BJP. Now, you mentioned about Rahul Gandhi. Let me tell you, Financial Times.
Hold on.
The BJP
Let's first get this charge through. Gaurav Bhatia is also joining the broadcast. There was a problem with his connection. Sorry about that, Gaurav Bhatia. But welcome to the News Hour. And big disclosure and accusation coming in from Sanjay Jha, who says that Sharad Pawar has stated that Adani hosted the meeting where seniors from the BJP is. Respond to his charge, but I'm amazed that Rahul Gandhi doesn't have a problem with Sharad Pawar, who attended a meeting hosted by Mr. Adani, but has a problem with the BJP leaders attending that meeting hosted by Adani. How's that for being absolutely transparent and fair, Gaurav Bhatia?
I just explained.
Let's first understand who's making the charge. Rahul Gandhi, who's out on bail on corruption charges, he belongs to the most corrupt political family in the world, and his mother, Sonia Gandhi, is also out on bail on corruption charges. Now, okay, let's examine the charges that he's making on merit. He's saying that the Adani group is a corrupt group, and the government should keep distance from such a group and Gautam Adani. Fine. Then Rahul Gandhi first needs to answer. These are the pictures that were lying in his face that he showed today. But as a Gajini, he forgot to show them. This is the first picture I am showing. This is Robert Vadra, Crime Master Vivo, with Gautam Adani. Now, Ashok Gehlot, you were mentioning, here Ashok Gehlot met Gautam Adani. Gautam Adani has invested when he was the Chief Minister of Rajasthan. And Gautam Adani was addressed as a brother by Ashok Gehlot. Third picture, Revant Reddy. Now, Revant Reddy got an MOU of 12,000 crore. They're very close. He's investing in Telangana also. If Gautam Adani and the Adani group is a group with very little creditworthiness, why are they investing in Congress-ruled states? And last but not the least, I must show. Look at this, nexus of the corporate world with the Gandhi Parivar. Sonia Gandhi utilizing the charter plane of the Reliance Ambani Group. Why? And before this, let's go to another generation. Indira Gandhi dining with Dhirubhai Ambani. So the point here is, see, just because the corporate invests in a particular state, the government opens up state for investment for the well-being of the people of the state, and that is not wrong. Rather, that's creating opportunity. But I must say, Rahul Gandhi today did a press conference that was exposing the Congress and the Gandhi Parivar more than anybody else. Second, I have a problem, like any other citizen, with the statements that have been made. The kind of appeasement politics that has been done in Maharashtra and Jharkhand. And let me reiterate, they want the Hindu votes to be divided. And that is why when Narendra Modi says एक है तो सेफ है. Yogi ji says, बटोगे तो कटोगे. That is the right thing to say, because I want to ask Sanjay Jha if he has the gumption, the guts, the courage to answer.
I'll answer you.
Ghulam Mir, he is the in charge of the Congress party in Jharkhand. He said the subsidized gas cylinders at 450 rupees will be given to the infiltrators, to the illegal immigrants. I'm asking you. The BJP talks about the ST community, the scheduled tribe community, the scheduled caste community, the OBC community, the women. How dare Ghulam Mir say that he will snatch away the rights of the Adivasis and give it to the illegal immigrants? He will not be able to answer. Second, when Sajjad Nomani says all the Muslims should get together to vote, vote jihad nahi hai to aur kya hai? And Rahul Gandhi today was asked a question, Navika. Rahul Gandhi said, no, this is a frivolous point. You are diverting from the main issue. How is it frivolous? If an appeal is made on the basis of religion, it amounts to corrupt practice under the Constitution, the Model Code of Conduct, and also the Representation of People's Act. And third, in Jharkhand, Ulema in Lohardaga has clearly said all Muslims should vote for the India Alliance. I'm asking Sanjay Jha, why is it that you are hell-bent in hating the Hindus, dividing them and uniting the Muslims? How secular is it?
Okay.
No. On top of that, Sanjay Jha, let me remind you that Rashid Alvi today said that even if the constitution does not allow us, we will change the constitution. So if the BJP changes the constitution, you create a fear psychosis. And, we know what happened in the Lok Sabha elections. But you can change the constitution whenever you feel like. Usme koi problem nahi.
Yeah, Navika, let me answer both the questions on Adani and on the communal angle that Gaurav Bhatia has asked me. Quickly on Adani first. The Financial Times called Adani Modi's Rockefeller. Please go and argue with them. Okay, they've got a brand which is probably more reliable than the BJP. Secondly, no Prime Minister in India's history has gone on foreign tours and allowed a businessman to get projects like it happened in Australia, Sri Lanka, Israel, when Mr. Gautam and Kenya, let's not forget Kenya, when Mr. Adani got huge contracts. I mean, wow. I mean, I love the love between these two gentlemen, the bromance. Number three, overriding the Niti Aayog, Mr. Modi's own creation. The government gave contracts of multiple airports to Mr. Adani. And I would request your viewers to Google as to how did this group acquire the Mumbai airport. That I think makes for a fascinating reading. Number five, do you know, Gaurav Bhatia, in 2022, India's stock markets exploded. But 80% of that growth came from just one group, Mr. Adani's group. No wonder Madhvi Puri Butch is not able to actually resign, because then the entire can of worms will be out. Who knows? Somebody very senior may have to resign. Number five.
All right. Response coming from Gaurav Bhatia.
I also want to...
since my friend used the word love without answering the question that I posed, I would tell him about the true love of Sonia Gandhi. You remember Warren Anderson? Warren Anderson was ensured an exit out of India on a state plane by Rajiv Gandhi. What about Uncle Quattrochi, the true love, the Italian love that was blooming in the air? Why should I not ask you about it? Quattrochi is the one who should have been behind bars, and he was given a safe exit from the country by Sonia Gandhi. That is love. Now let me tell you, Sanjay Jha, read the Constitution. Rahul Gandhi doesn't read the Constitution. Today, Revant Reddy has very clearly stated that we are giving reservations to Muslims in Telangana. We will do the same in Maharashtra. I ask you, the Constitution, Article 14 and 15, does not permit reservation on the basis of religion. So when Rahul Gandhi says that, Constitution is my holy book, is he not violating the Constitution when he talks about the Muslims getting reservation, and reservation on whose cost? The reservation of the OBC community and SC/ST community will be snatched. And for the sake of appeasement politics, that reservation will be given to Muslims.
I want to open up the debate, and I want to get in Vivek Srivastava in. Vivek Srivastava, Rashid Alvi says, so what if the Constitution doesn't allow reservations for religion? we will change the constitution. We can take away the rights of the caste. PDA, caste census, you can keep screaming, but you will take reservation away and give it on the basis of religion against what the constitution says. That's number one. That is, really come out from the statements. Number two, मोहब्बत की दुकान में क्या क्या बिक रहा है, we all know. सांप की तरह मार देंगे, black mamba hai BJP, all that is happening. That's mohabbat for sure. Adani charges, you've heard what's happened with various Congress ruled states as far as Adani's investments are concerned. The question people are asking tonight, where did their issues go? Why is the opposition only picking up issues on which its own hypocrisy is just so evident, including the fact that Swara Bhaskar and her husband Fahad are standing with Nomani, who says that only India Alliance candidates should win, and literally says that Muslims should be boycotted and vote for candidates who are from the India Alliance. Is that how election campaigning is done?
Right. Thank you, Navika. And it's a wonderful debate going on. And there are very few debates in which I feel I should just remain silent and listen. Sanjay Jha and Gaurav Bhai both were splendid, and a lot of facts and figures were being given. It is a very good debate. Now, first of all, I'll start from exactly what does India Alliance stand for. We are very clear. We stand for socialism and we stand for secularism. That is the basic ethos.
Compliment Gaurav Bhai? Did you actually compliment Gaurav Bhatia ji?
Yes. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why? Of course, yes. Why not? I mean, he was speaking splendidly today.
Gaurav, maybe you'd like to preserve this debate.
And I think it's a delight for the viewers. Okay. Sure. No, Gaurav is always good. Now, see, the fact of the matter is, Navika ji, that we have to understand what India stands for. We are a very poor country still. We are still a developing nation. And what is the model that the various parties want to present in front of the people? India Alliance is trying to say that we will remain secular the way we were in 1947, and socialist ethos of this country will also be preserved, which means we are absolutely against the big businessmen and the big business houses which have been manipulating their way. And if somebody reads the Marxist ideology, or for that matter, any student of sociology who's doing a research, it's very clear that Punjivad, Dharmvad ke raste se aata hai. That means capitalism always comes through communal politics, and that is what has happened in this country in the last 10 years. We are not against Adani as a businessman. We are against Adani because he's trying to influence the polity of the nation, okay? Whether it is borrowing loans, non-performing assets, getting the bad loans written off. If you see the whole track record of what he's doing, the shell companies, then the SEBI's record of Madhvi Buch, it's a black record that is going on, and believe me, the day satta badlegi, ye sab samne aayega. Hum log uska wait kar rahe hain. Second thing is, as I told you earlier, we believe it is back to Nehruvian economics. Congress is back to what Nehru stood for, which is basically socialism, which is standing for the farmers and the workers. Rahul ji started it in 2000, 2012, 2013 with the Land Acquisition Act, and that is why the black corporates of this country decided to stand with Modi and the BJP in the 2014 elections. So it is a fight between capitalism and the socialist values of the poor in this country, and that is what Rahul Gandhi is trying to take out, and that is why he showed the photograph of Adani today. It is very clear to us. Secondly, as far as Nomani is concerned,
I think you were just born, I think 2-3 days ago when Rahul Gandhi has taken out these pictures. Ishkaran Mandari, Rahul Gandhi and Congress Party and UPA, doing disinvestment, वो शायद विवेक श्रीवास्तव जी ने देखा नहीं. मुझे लगता है इनकी उम्र ज्यादा नहीं है, 5-6 साल के होंगे ये. इससे पहले, corporate investments, Malya, loans given during the Congress regime, शायद इन्होंने देखा नहीं. Maybe he was just born 4-5 years ago. What say Ishkar?
Navika ji, before I come to the main point, I would like to speak on Congress socialism. What a beautiful example where Congress's first family and ministers used to live in Lutyens bungalow worth hundreds of crores, cut their birthday cakes in aeroplanes, bring foreigners and do poverty tourism in India, throttle the middle class with 90-97% taxes, and call it socialism while themselves enjoying the like of peak luxury like in any socialist communist country with their dachas. So that was the socialism where a middle class person to get a telephone connection would have to wait for months on end, whereas those people who are flying in aeroplanes and cutting their birthday cakes at the age of 5 or 10 are living a life of privilege. I thank God that that level of socialism is dead from India and the energy of middle class has been unleashed. This speech is a good enough reason why BJP or Narendra Modi won in 2014, won in 2019, won in 2024, because they are selling poverty for the common man while living in grand bungalows for themselves in the name of socialism. Now let us come to the debate. Let me start from the least important topic, because you raised the name of a person who I think is irrelevant, Swara Bhaskar, except as an example to show doublespeak and hypocrisy of how feminism dies when it meets Islamism, of how people who take free speaking reform about Hinduism go meet a Mulana who salutes Taliban, who does not believe in women education, who does not believe in women empowerment, and suddenly become his fans, but cause their views as only a hypocrisy where feminism is restricted to trying to attack Hinduism, and as I said, dies when it meets Islamism. Now coming to Adani, I don't understand what is this new debate. Congress was the progeny of license Raj, where every industrialist had to be hand in glove to get licenses. And I say again, common man, middle class will get no license. So what industry will he set up? What business will he do it? Because he does not have the access to be able to get those licenses. He can't get a fan, he can't get an AC, he can't get a car, he can't get a phone. What level of industry will a common man put? Because you have throttled him. And on Adani, I will just say one thing. Dharavi is the latest project. Dharavi was set up by Britishers in 1884. It became a big slum. By 1950, it was one of the largest slums in the world. From 1950, Congress was talking about reforming it, talking about changing it, talking about uplifting it. From 1950 till almost early 2000, they had one-sided rule in Maharashtra. They had one-sided rule in India. They never did anything about it. But now that people are trying to uplift people from poverty, that will decisively change the area they have a problem with. The same way they had a problem with metro, because they are themselves living comfortable life. They delayed the metro in Mumbai, making a common person suffer in those trains while themselves moving in gas-guzzling SUVs. So it is entirely a debate of hypocrisy, which I am happy started with socialism, because it exposes the life of politician in India when socialism was running riot.
Many hands going up, many hands going up. Sanjay Jha wants to come in. Yes, Sanjay.
You know, it is so sad when you hear, you know, these people who speak English from their libraries in Delhi, who have no idea that the inequality under Narendra Modi today is at such a disturbing level that Narendra Modi's government has to give free food grains for 5 years to 56% of the fellow Indians. And these are the kind of people who will tell you stock market move kar raha hai to yaar sab kuch badhiya hai. Arey boss, please don't teach me economics for God's sake. India even today has a poverty level where 200 million people live on less than $2 a day. Mr. Bhandari, please do not lie and spread fake news on Times Now. Please do not lie. Point number 3.
I want to answer this.
You can't get away with this
nonsense. He can't get away with it.
What do you mean?
Just one point. Navika, firstly, just simple point. We are being told not to speak in English. पहली बात, मेरी हिंदी आपसे बहुत बेहतर है. आप कभी भी हिंदी चैनल पे आके मुझसे डिबेट कर लीजिए. नाविका जी, अगली बारी आपका जो नवभारत पे शो है उस पे बुला लीजिएगा, देख लेंगे किसकी हिंदी बेहतर है. दूसरी बात, उस पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को बिलोंग करते हैं जहां पे मेजर नेता आज भी हिंदी में भाषण नहीं दे सकता. उस पार्टी के लोग जो आज भी हिंदी में भाषण नहीं दे सकते, इंग्लिश में भी एक पुरानी नेता किस तरह से भाषण देती है वो इंग्लिश में कमेंट करेंगे. वो इंग्लिश में कमेंट करेंगे. जिस पार्टी के नेता हिंदी में बात नहीं कर सकते ढंग से, उनको अंग्रेजी से आपत्ति है. यही लोग हैं. As I started by saying, these are the people who want all resources for themselves, who want English for themselves, who were very happy being Brown Sahibs, who were very happy being affinity with English masters, who were very happy having the transfer of power, who were very happy studying abroad, while denying education to an ordinary Indian in English, the governing classes.
This election is certainly not going to be about who speaks better English or better Hindi. Let's come back to the issue of debate. And Sanjay Jha, आप दिल्ली वालों के पीछे क्यों पड़ रहे हो? साउथ बॉम्बे में आप बैठे हुए हो और इतनी अंग्रेजी बोल रहे हो, दिल्ली वालों के पीछे पड़ रहे हो. इट्स एन इंग्लिश शो फॉर गॉड्स सेक. It's an English channel and English show, so people are speaking in English, and you speak very good English yourself. Let's go back to Bihar where you come from, and then we'll see Bhojpuri किसका बढ़िया है, वो हम देखेंगे वहां जाके. लेकिन विवेक साइलिस, सवाल ये है कि जहर बहुत सारा आ गया मोहब्बत की दुकान में. कोई कह रहा है काट देंगे. भाई क्यों काट देंगे? बटेंगे कटेंगे कि काट देंगे, जरूर काट देंगे. और फिर भी दावा है कि मोहब्बत की दुकान है. एंड द क्वेश्चन इज अबाउट दिस फेक एंगर ऑन corporate India's corporate leaders coming in. Tell me, in any state, where are investments going to come in from? Are they going to come in from corporates, private sector, or are they going to come in from the gods? Why is a fake narrative being resurrected on the last day of campaigning? And number 3, the question about quotas for Muslims, what about fatwas that have come in, what about Nomani, what about Swara Bhaskar and her husband? It's almost like you don't want any Hindu votes. You want to divide people on the basis of caste, on the basis of religion, and that seems to be the agenda of the India Alliance.
Yeah, I think let's talk about Muslims first. Actually, what you said, okay, fine. But if you see what is happening in Andhra Pradesh, where the Bharatiya Janata Party and the TDP are in coalition, and they have formed the government. So they say they will be providing reservations to Muslims. Not only that, 100 crore extra fund for the madrasas, 5 lakh up to 5 lakh loans free of cost to Muslims, and salaries to every Maulana. That is what the agenda for the Bharatiya Janata Party is in Andhra Pradesh is, and the TDP is also supporting the Bharatiya Janata Party in the center. Now we come down to the second question, that is Mr. Adani. Okay, fine. Like Ishkaran Bhandari said that every industry has got licenses during the Congress regime. Yes, fine. But the problem here is that everything is going to Mr. Adani. Whether it is the airports, it's the coal mines, or it's ports, or the coal, or the Dharavi, everything is under the hand of a single person. That is the problem, because one industry is being given so much of power. I think the Bharatiya Janata Party is just following the steps of Mr. Adani. That is all. That is why nothing happened to Madhavi Buch, the SEBI chairman. Now we come to the black mamba. काटने की बात देखिए, काटने की बात भारतीय जनता पार्टी करती है. नारा भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने दिया था, योगी आदित्यनाथ जी ने दिया था कि बटेंगे तो कटेंगे.
आपने शायद उद्धव जी का स्टेटमेंट नहीं सुना, लेकिन हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी सब कुछ गलत करती है, इंडिया अलायंस कुछ भी गलत नहीं करती. प्लीज जवाब दे दीजिए.
नविका जी, सबसे पहले तो ये मुझे लगता है कि जो ईश्करण से मैं थोड़ा सा सहमति रखूंगा, क्योंकि उन्होंने कहा कि स्वरा भास्कर सिर्फ फेमिनिज्म और उस मामले में सिर्फ है, वरना कुछ नहीं है. स्वरा भास्कर ने बटोगे तो कटोगे नारे को पूरी तरह से स्थापित कर दिया. आपने उनके भाषण नहीं सुने. अगर उसको सुने तो वो अपने पति के लिए, अपने मियां फहद अहमद के लिए जो भाषण कर रही हैं, उसमें वो कह रही कि नबी की शान में गुस्ताखी करके जो चले गए, आप उनको वोट दे दोगे. ऐसी तकरीर तो किसी मौलाना ने नहीं की होगी. और सज्जाद नोमानी की जो, मतलब क्या हम कहें, इस देश में ही है कि ऐसे लोग भी वो बड़े प्रतिष्ठित हैं और उनके पीछे खड़े होकर लोग फोटो उनकी जारी कर रहे हैं कि नोमानी साहब ने हमारे लिए बड़ी कृपा कर दी. अब क्या अणुशक्ति नगर के लोग तय करेंगे, लेकिन इतना तो तय है कि जो बटोगे तो कटोगे का नारा है, जो एक है तो सेफ है का नारा है, वो बहुत साफ साफ दिख रहा है कि आपको अगर इस देश को खतरनाक किस्म की कट्टरता, महिलाओं को घर में कैद रखना, उनके अधिकारों को छीनने से बचाना है, तो इस चुनाव में आपको निर्णय लेना पड़ेगा, डिसीजन लेना ही लेना पड़ेगा. तो मुझे लगता है कि महाराष्ट्र के चुनाव ने यह एक बड़ा शानदार कमाल का काम किया है. अब इससे आगे अगर कहें, उद्धव ठाकरे को आप देखें तो उद्धव ठाकरे की पूरी कैंपेन आपको दिख रही कि कहीं वो किसी भी जगह पर वो लीड लेते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं. उनको कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. वो कह रहे हैं कि जरा भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग नरेंद्र मोदी, वो एक बार बाला साहब ठाकरे को हिंदू हृदय सम्राट कहें. और मैं लगातार जब देख रहा हूं तो हर भाजपा का नेता उनको हिंदू हृदय सम्राट कहता है, और जो
दूसरी उनके साथ के लोग हैं वो नहीं बोल पाते। एक तरह से वो भाजपा को उनकी हिंदुत्व की लाइन पर और थोड़ा सा मजबूत कर रहे हैं, सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है ये बहुत जरूरी है और शायद महाराष्ट्र का चुनाव उस जगह पर पहुंच गया है जहां इस चुनाव में तय हो जाएगा कि ये चुनाव चिन्ह वगैरह अपनी जगह है, लेकिन क्या असल में शिवसेना एनसीपी रह कौन सी जाएगी ये भी तय हो जाने वाला है।
कमिंग टू गौरव, संजय झा व्हाट्स योर ऑब्जेक्शन?
मैं त्रिपाठी जी को इतना ही बताना चाहूंगा, त्रिपाठी जी ये आरएसएस, वीएचपी, ये लोग जब कहते हैं ना कि बीजेपी को ही जीतना चाहिए तो वो भी तो वोट जिहाद हो सकता है भैया। हाँ, तो जरा सब्र रखें, जरा देखिए धार्मिक ध्रुवीकरण और मजहब की सियासत में भाजपा मशहूर है। भारत की आवाम ने समझ लिया है कि बीजेपी का क्या खेल है। और
बीजेपी आर लाइक मौलाना नोमानी। गौरव भाटिया, रिस्पॉन्ड।
Today's debate has been a very interesting one, and I thank my friend Vivek for complimenting us. He asked about proximity of Gautam Adani with the Congress leadership. Did we get an answer now? No, we did not. Then we asked about reservation for Muslims on the basis of their religion. Is it constitutional or anti-constitutional? Did we get an answer? No, we did not.
You did.
Now I want to pose a question. Since it is Maharashtra election that we are talking about, Bala Saheb Thackeray ji is revered by us. And Bala Saheb Thackeray ji's words were that I am proud of Shiv Sainik who brought down the disputed structure in Ayodhya. Now I want to ask the Congress sympathizer, Samajwadi, nobody will be able to utter a word on this. And this is something that should ask directly to them what is their stand on Bala Saheb Thackre's words and what is Uddhav Thackeray's stand on it. And I must say, no, wait for your turn. Wait for your turn. Don't be so impatient. It's okay. I know you are sitting in a car. You have to rush somewhere, but you have to be patient, please.
Don't worry about
now, what I want to ask.
Very much at home. He is very much at home, and he's not in a car.
बैठे हुए चाय लेके चलिए, पूछिए।
चाय तो पिएंगे, चाय पे तो चर्चा करनी पड़ेगी। अच्छा है, मोदी जी की चाय पीजिए।
Well, that's a master stroke. Well, एक है तो safe है. If that was the nara, चाय पे चर्चा has taken the entire narrative away.
संजय भाई भी चाय पी रहे हैं, अच्छा है, ठीक है। कॉफी वाले भी चाय पे आए हैं।
भैया चाय भी सिर्फ के नाम पे पीते हो क्या?
संजय भाई हो गया,
संजय भाई हो। इतना तुम लोग गुलाम हो गए हो मोदी जी के।
नहीं, आप पिद्दी के गुलाम हो जाए तो ठीक है।
गुलाम पिद्दी
बिस्किट खा जाता, आपको बिस्किट भी नहीं मिलते, आप बीच में बोल रहे, अच्छी बात नहीं है। टर्न द वेट प्लीज। नाउ द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, द लैंग्वेज ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी एंड द ऑपोजिशन फॉर द बीजेपी। Navika, heavens would have fallen had the leaders from the BJP uttered something like this. Alge saying BJP RSS जहरीला सांप है, इनको मार दो। मोदी जी कह देते तो क्या होता? Second, Geeta Soren being called a rejected mall, so much respect for the women, and China NC being called imported mall. Now this is a question that needs to be answered by the Congress. Itni izzat महिलाओं की, नाना पटोले, बीजेपी को कुत्ता बना दिया जाए।
Many hands going up. Sanjay, I'll have to come.
Let me complete my point.
गौरव भाटिया, ये तो रैली की स्पीच हो गई, रैली की स्पीच हो गई गौरव भाटिया, but we are running out of time, but Vivek Srivastava.
This is not done. Please.
Okay. Gaurav, make your point.
50 करोड़ की
नाना पटोले saying बीजेपी को कुत्ता बना दिया जाए and उद्धव ठाकरे हम तो काटेंगे. Now tell me, where is the violence coming from?
Where are the violence coming from? Vivek Srivastava respond. ये इतनी मोहब्बत आ कहां से रही है?
Yeah, I think नहीं, अब वो इलेक्शन का टाइम है, डेफिनेटली लिमिट्स आर क्रॉस विच इज अनफॉर्चुनेट एंड रॉन्ग, बट आई थिंक इट शुड ऑल बी टेकन इन द गुड स्पिरिट एंड फाइनली डेमोक्रेसी शुड विन. ओनली थिंग इन विच आई एम क्रिटिकल ऑफ द बीजेपी, नहीं, आप देखिए, जब आप नोमानी साहब को क्वेश्चन करते हैं, संजय जी वेरी करेक्ट, विश्व हिंदू परिषद ऑल्सो
गला काटोगे आप,
अरे नहीं भाई, कोई किसी को नहीं काट रहा है। अरे
वेल आई डोंट नो, लेकिन ऑन अ लाइटर नोट हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी बदले बदले से तेवर नजर आ रहे हैं विवेक श्रीवास्तव जी के। वो कैलाश गहलोत जी ने आज बीजेपी ज्वाइन किया, अगली कहीं इनकी बारी तो नहीं है?
नहीं देखिए, विवेक भाई तो वैसे भी कहीं है नहीं, ये कम्युनिस्ट मन से हैं, लेकिन पार्टी वार्टी में है नहीं, तो अच्छा है। मुझे लगता है यही देश है, भारतवर्ष तो ऐसे ही चलता है। और इस वक्त तो देखिए वैसे भी जब ये संघ पर हमला करते हैं और संघ बार बार कहता है घर वापसी, तो हमेशा हमारा रास्ता खुला हुआ है, तो घर वापसी का रास्ता भी हो सकता है। वैसे महाराष्ट्र की राजनीति में घर वापसी की चर्चा बहुत जबरदस्त है, उसको कोई स्वीकार भले नहीं कर रहा है, लेकिन परिणामों के बाद घर वापसी भी हो जाए तो बहुत आश्चर्य मत मानिएगा।
On that note, we'll conclude this debate here, but as far as Maharashtra is concerned, we've seen it all. On the last day, it is the Adani, Ambani, factor that comes in, the Muslim quotas that are being spoken about, but